Much love, and I'm Wayne Johnson with Doc and Queen Ministries. I'm going to share a great lesson, I think, on today with you. Worked on it a little bit last night, so just want to bring it to you. I think it's going to help us to understand how we are to push through and persevere through when God is trying to give us a blessing that we at that moment cannot see it. Actually, we probably feel like God has abandoned us more so than the blessing is coming. I'm going to start off Exodus chapter 4. I know we're going to get at least to Exodus chapter 5, possibly even some Exodus chapter 6. But since we got so much, let us go ahead and get started. So it reads, Then Moses said to God, But the Israelites will not believe me when I tell them that you sent me. They will say, The Lord did not appear to you. But the Lord said to Moses, What is that you have in your hand? Moses answered, It is my walking stick. Then God said, Throw your walking stick on the ground. So Moses threw his walking stick on the ground, and it became a snake. Moses ran from it, but the Lord said to him, Reach out and grab the snake by its tail. Let's stop there. So the Lord is trying to give Moses proof that he can lead the Israelites and that the Israelites will believe him because he actually hears from the Lord. But Moses didn't have confidence in himself, so he tells the Lord what he believes the Israelites are going to say to him, because at this point, Moses does not have confidence in himself as a leader. So God tells him about throwing his walking stick on the ground, and it turns into a snake. Now, we see immediately that frightened Moses, because just like us, when things happen that we don't expect, we are fearful of it because it was so unexpected, and there's nothing that is natural or normal for us. But the Lord said to him, going to verse 4, Reach out and grab the snake by its tail. When Moses reached out and caught the snake's tail, the snake became a walking stick again. Then God said, Use your stick in this way, and the people will believe that you saw the Lord, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob. Verse 6, Then the Lord said to Moses, I will give you another proof. Put your hand under your robe. So Moses opened his robe and put his hand inside. Then he brought his hand out of the robe, and it was changed. His hands was covered with spots that were like snow. Stop there. So the Lord changed the complexity of Moses' skin. He showed Moses' skin in a form of illness, a disease, leprosy for their time. Verse 7, Then God said, Now put your hand into your robe again. So Moses put his hand into his robe again. Then he brought his hand out, and his hand was changed. Now his hand was good again as it was before. So God showed Moses his power, his transformation power, where he changed it and then returned it back to its original state. Verse 8. Then God said, If the people don't believe you when you use your walking stick, then they will believe you when you show them this sign. If they still refuse to believe after you show them both of these signs, then take some water from the Nile River, pour the water on the ground, and as soon as it touched the ground, it will become blood. So he's actually giving him 3 signs. Something about the number 3. 2 is important, and 2 should give us enough. But something about 3 signs. Verse 10. Then Moses said to the Lord, "But Lord, I am telling you, I am not a good speaker. I've never been able to speak well, and that hasn't changed since you started talking to me. I'm still not a good speaker. You know that I speak slowly and don't use the best words." Something about when we are not articulate, we get on ourselves because we are thinking ahead of ourselves, because we hear ourselves talking, and we are more concerned about what others see us as we are speaking with not so much eloquency, that we tend to worry about how people are going to perceive us. I can really understand this because I used to get tickled when I was younger how people would say such and such isn't a good preacher, or such and such isn't a good teacher. But early on, growing up, the Lord had always told me that it's not about how well somebody speaks. It's about what the word is being given and where the word is coming from. And the word is coming from on high. So we need to always take the word for what the word is about, as so much about who's saying it, how they're saying it, and the way that they bring forth the word. Verse 11. Then the Lord said to him, "Who made a person's mouth? And who can make someone deaf or not able to speak? Who can make a person blind? Who can make a person able to see? I'm the one. I am the Lord. So go. I will be with you when you speak. I will give you the words to say." But Moses said, "My Lord, I beg you to send someone else, not me." Now, who are we to tell the Lord what we can't do when the Lord is telling us he will do on behalf of us? We have a way of doing that even when the Lord tells us what to do. We still get so caught up into our weakness, our flesh, that we don't even believe the Father when he tells us he got us. But Moses said, "My Lord, I beg you to send someone else, not me." And verse 14 is going to tell us something. Then the Lord became angry with Moses and said, "All right, I'll give you someone to help you. Aaron, the Levite, is your brother, isn't he? He is a good speaker. In fact, Aaron is already coming to meet you, and he will be happy to see you." So we can tell that the Lord already knew what Moses was going to do because Aaron was on the way. We don't even have enough faith in God that when God tells us, "I got you," we still refute what God said, and we know that God created everything. So we have to, I have to, you have to not get on yourself so hard about when your lack of faith comes down, because we see here Moses did the exact same thing. Now, I'm not saying for us to fall or not to believe like it, but we should be able to understand if Moses, who saw these miracles happening, and he still didn't want to, after the Lord told him what to do, we must understand that there are times that we will fall short, even when the Lord has already given us the way out, and we know we heard from the Lord. Haven't you heard from the Lord? And things didn't happen as quickly as you thought, and you said, Lord, did you really tell me that? So this is sort of similar to how Moses dealt with his inability to speak despite God telling him, I got you. I will tell you what to say. Then you will tell Aaron, and I will help him say it well. I will tell both of you what to do. So Aaron will speak for you. Like God, you will speak to him, and he will tell the people what you say. So go and carry your walking stick with you. Use it and the other miracles to show the people that I am with you. See, we need the people who don't know God, or even the people who do know God, but they're kind of wandering with their belief, that we need to be able to show out God got us, and that he will perform miracles for us, and that they can see that God has our back. And so then we can lead them, because we are showing that God is truly real. Verse 18, then Moses went back to Jethro, his father-in-law. Moses said to him, please let me go back to Egypt. I want to see if my people are still alive. Jethro said to Moses, go in peace. Then while Moses was still in Midian, the Lord said to him, it is safe for you to go back to Egypt now. The men who wanted to kill you are now dead. So the Lord got a plan. The Lord is going to send you back at the right time. God is going to unfold everything at the right moment. So Moses put his wife and children on the donkey and returned to Egypt. He carried his walking stick with him, the walking stick with the power of God. While Moses was traveling back to Egypt, the Lord spoke to him. When you talk to Pharaoh, remember to show him all the miracles that I have given you the power to do. But I will cause Pharaoh to be very stubborn. He will not let the people go. Then you should say to Pharaoh, this is what the Lord says. Israel is my firstborn son, and I am telling you to let my son go and worship me. If you refuse to let Israel go, then I will kill your firstborn son. On the way to Egypt, Moses stopped at a place to spend the night. The Lord met Moses at that place and tried to kill him. But Zipporah took a flint knife and circumcised her son. That's Moses' wife. She took the skin and touched his feet. Then she said to Moses, you are a bridegroom of blood to me. Zerubbabel said this because she had to circumcise her son. So God let Moses live. That was very important. Moses' son being circumcised. The Lord had spoken to Aaron and told him, go out into the desert and meet Moses. So Aaron went and met Moses at the mountain of God. He saw Moses and kissed him. Moses told Aaron everything the Lord had commanded him to say, and all the miracles he must do to prove that God had sent him. So Moses and Aaron went and gathered together all the elders of the Israelites. Then Aaron spoke to the people and told them everything the Lord had told Moses. Then Moses did the miracles for all the people to see, and they believed what they had heard. Then the Israelites understood that the Lord had seen their troubles and had come to help them. So they bowed down and worshiped God. Aren't we funny? Because we are people, we don't believe until we see. And God wants us to believe based on faith before we see, because it's easy to believe once you see because it happened. But God is pleased when we believe before we see. And so I'm going to stop here because this is kind of long, but I'm going to continue later. So take your time. If you have to break this up, look at it at a different time, look at it in parts. But make sure that you have your Exodus chapter 4. Now, I came from the easy to read version, but make sure that you look at this. This is so important because we do these things and we can see that even the patriarchs did it as well, and they had miracles that were performed right in their eyes, and God talked to Moses, and he still wanted to do things his way. So make sure that you come back when I continue, but we're going to stop here at the end of Exodus 4. Take care, God bless, and once again, much love.